There are three ways in which Samir Ek and Samir Do were different. Samir Ek and Samir Do were different in their language. One was Muslim boy and one was Hindu boy. So their language were different from each other. Now, second point is religious and cultural background. Both have different religious background. One was Hindu and one was Muslim, and their cultural background also was different. And the third very important difference was education difference. Like Samir Ek was educated and he was going to school, and whereas Samir Do was not educated and he was not going to school. Instead, he was selling the newspaper. Our next paragraph is causes of inequality. The first point is economically weak or poor. So this is related with Samir Do because he was economically weak economically weak boy, and he was from the poor family. That's why he was selling the newspaper. The other one is there is a caste system is another example of inequality. According to this, society was divided into different groups of depending upon the work that people did, and they were supposed to remain in those groups. This we have read already in history, how the groups were divided for their work. Our next topic is what does diversity add to our lives. Just like Samir Ek and Samir Do became friends. You might have friends who are very different from you, and you have probably eaten different kinds of food in their home, celebrated different festivals with them, or tried out the clothes they wear, and learned some of their languages as well. So diversity not only adds friends in our life, but also we learn many languages and culture from our friends also. Next topic is diversity in India. India is about unity in diversity. Now, India is a country with many diversities. Now, we speak many languages, and we eat a variety of foods. We celebrate different types of festivals, practice different religions. Everything makes India a diverse country. How can we explain this diversity? Now we will compare two states of our country, and we will say how they are different and how they are similar, yet they are different, then also they are part of India and makes India a diverse country. Ladakh is a desert in the mountains in the eastern part of Jammu and Kashmir. Very little agriculture possible here since this region does not receive any rain and it is covered in snow for a large part of the year. For drinking water, people depend on the melting snow during the summer month. People here keep sheep and goats. The goats in this region are special because they produce pashmina wool. Now, pashmina wools are chiefly woven in Kashmir. The eating habits are the people eat meat and milk products like cheese and butter. Kerala is a state in the southwest corner of India. It is surrounded by the sea on one side and hills on the other. A number of spices like pepper, cloves and cardamoms are grown on the hills. It is spices that made this region very attractive place for traders. Now, the fishing nets used here look exactly like the Chinese fishing net and are called chinawala. So the people's food habits are they like to eat rice and fish and vegetables. The land is fertile and suited for growing rice in majority part of the Kerala. While Kerala and Ladakh are quite different in terms of their geographical features, the history of both regions have seen similar culture influences. Both regions were influenced by Chinese and Arab traders. Thus, history and geography are often tied in the cultural life of a region. Unity in diversity. India's diversity has always been recognized as a source of strength. When the British ruled India, women and men from different cultural, religious, and regional backgrounds came together to oppose them. India's freedom movement had thousands of people of different backgrounds in it. They worked together to decide joint actions. They went to jail together, and they found different ways to oppose the British. In his book, The Discovery of India, Jawaharlal Nehru says that Indian unity is not something imposed from outside, but rather it was something deeper and within its fold. The widest tolerance of belief and custom was practiced, and every variety acknowledged and even encouraged. It was Nehru who coined the phrase unity in diversity to describe the country. That's all in this chapter. Please go through the chapter once again and underline all the important points. Thank you.